Game of Thrones Season 8 might be the last season of TV we ever see of its kind. Welcome to the digital age where we all have to grind out as much content as possible on this totally not bespoke bowl of dude soup.
Not a big soup in my face.
I saw you moving your eyes back
It's like,
and forth.
okay, just let me leave. You don't want the straw?
Oh, that was for me? No, it's got a sippy lid. That's why they don't give you straws. We're in California. Get that shit out. You killed a porpoise.
That sippy lid looks like a vagina, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't
Have
know
you
what
seen
kind
a
of pussy
vagina?
you've been looking at, Bruce.
Yeah, it's
What
like
the
triangle
hell?
shaped. It's wider on the bottom than it is on top.
What?
Oh,
It's always open like that.
speaking of vaginas, have you guys heard of purling? I'm going to throw this out there.
No.
Right?
Wait, hold on. Do the intro to the podcast first.
fine,
Do
right.
the ads
Fine,
first.
Dad.
Welcome to Dude Soup. I'm your host, Lawrence. I'm joined by Alanah,
Hey.
Bruce, and Tucker.
Hi.
Jericho.
It's me,
They're
again.
both really cool names, so
Thank
I
you.
never know which
How
one
should
to
we
say.
introduce you? What do you want us to pick?
Jericho?
Yeah. Is it your Twitch? Is it your Twitter? What do you want us to say?
Yes.
All right.
I'll take any and all help.
Jericho.
I need it all.
Jericho.
Or is it bar?
No, it's just Jericho now.
I thought it had
I
bars.
rebranded.
He rebranded it.
I stole it from The Wrestler, the TV show, and the video game. Somehow they gave it to me.
Cool.
So-
You also stole it from the Bible.
I did, in
Yeah.
fact, rip it straight from Jesus himself.
The
can do
ultimate
anything.
copyright.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, this podcast is brought to you by three sponsors: Robinhood, Mint Mobile, and Candid Company.
So what's polling?
Tell us
One
what.
moment.
Oh, he's burping.
Yeah, sorry.
Still burping.
All good.
That was a very polite way to do that.
I've gotten pretty good at it. I burp a lot.
Do they put sand in the vagina?
Sand?
Maybe that doesn't seem.
Did you just ask the question, do they put sand in the vagina?
He's talking
Well,
about
I was
purling.
talking about purling. I was just
Like, you
felt
gotta
like
get
that
to
was
the
the
ads.
natural
You gotta do
progression.
the
Did
ads.
it?
Robinhood is giving listeners of Dude Soup a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio. You can sign up at dudesoup.robinhood.com and get your new wireless plan from Mint Mobile for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/dude. And Candid Company wants to help you fix your teeth through the mail. You can go to candidcompany.com/dude to get 50% off the price of your modeling kit, which isn't spray tan and a ring light, even though that's what it sounds like. We'll get to that later. First of
I
all,
thought of Star Wars.
Oh, that's what I thought.
My
building
head went to a
models.
Star Wars
building
moment.
models.
oh wow, you guys.
And you're like, oh, I'm tanning.
I'm an attractive person now.
That is
I
true.
decided, I looked in the mirror and said, it's time to stop being a nerd.
You do have a better jaw than all of us.
Pretty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's time to start using it. So yeah, I'm gonna just put some
I got
jewels
a
around
modeling
this
kit.
to make my jaw even
Oh my
bigger.
God, you're so pretty.
Thank you. Purling is a body mod that men undergo. Where they yeah.
I already know.
Traditionally, you would cut the top of the shaft and shove a pearl in there, so you have a nice little bump.
Rib for her
Oh,
pleasure.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's taken other forms since then, like adding ribs and stuff under the skin, so that
Cool.
when you get to banging, it hits all the right spots.
Whatever it takes, need all the help we can get nowadays.
That's what I'm saying.
Sex is hard nowadays,
Oh, I got hotter about it.
Expectations.
No one has
Expectations.
STDs. People,
Women-
there are so
we have
many
to care
sex
about
toys.
women now. It's like, what
That's it,
am
man.
I supposed to do?
Women have Twitter accounts and they can just speak.
Twitter
and that
ruins
sucks.
sex.
Yeah.
Women expect to come now. It's a fucking...
They want to come more than once sometimes. That's
yeah.
I
ridiculous.
can't even believe I could only do one. Like, what is this equality?
What do you mean 4 minutes? I gotta get back to
I
playing
gotta
second.
go. I know. I gotta play Apex Legends.
Yeah, and that's where that you saw it. No, go.
Victory royales should be enough.
Okay, so
for any
pearling is
winning
when you
woman.
like put something like a pearl underneath your skin.
Yeah. So it's a totally sick body mod. There was an article from a lady who had slept with a member of the Yakuza who had been pearled, except she described the experience as being, she was more distracted by banging a bona fide gangster than concentrating on the sensation of,
Oh, so it was just
Having
like an
pearls
article
slapped
about
around.
writing about banging a
too bad.
Yakuza
It
member.
was
Which
like a
is also
subtle
cool.
flex. Yeah, she just wanted to talk about fucking the Yakuza.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Speaking of people doing weird things to their dicks. I have a theory.
That's valid. Yeah.
And despite the incendiary and clickbait nature of the title and intro of this, I think it's somewhat substantiated. So, Game of Thrones season 8 is coming around. Last season of Game of Thrones. Also, the end of an era for HBO in general. There's some headlines. Let me throw up here. This was from CNBC, posted February 28th, 2019. HBO CEO Richard Plepler, who has been the CEO
Plepler, yeah.
Plepler, sorry, yeah, been the CEO for 30 years.
Dick Plep.
Dick
Yeah.
Plep, his name. They call him.
Dick Plep. He's out amidst a broad restructuring of the company under new parent AT&T, which is a little familiar to us.
Also our parent.
We love 18.
Because that's
They're
where
our
we
parent
are.
company.
There was a lot of speculation that this would happen because of a bit of an incident in a town hall some months ago. This was posted July 8th, 2018, when HBO was on the verge of being incorporated into Time Warner.
I don't like when they use overseer as a corporate title.
Overseer? Yeah, I know.
Very
Something ominous.
dystopian,
From
you know?
StarCraft? Is
It
that
makes me think of Dishonored. Like, I just don't.
So this relates to John Stanky. Big
John Stanky
How
just
are these names real?
Jay Stank.
Dick
I
Plep
can't believe they would have names like that. Said Tucker Boner.
Yeah.
Yeah, chief executive of Warner Media. We've had some all hands with the Jay Stank.
Yeah, Jay Stank's the CEO of AT&T.
Oh, sorry for making fun of you.
Yeah,
And
so he's all of our
he's our
bosses.
parent company. Yeah,
And
he's
if
all
he
of
gets
our
wind of
bosses.
this,
All
I
praise the
won't be
overseer.
around for much longer. But he basically had a pretty tense exchange with Klepler.
Dick Plepler.
Klepler.
Dick Pleb.
Dick Plep, we call him.
Be a DPlep, where essentially Stanky. God, this is gonna get difficult. Stanky basically said that HBO has to change to the tune of cranking out more content in an effort to capture their viewers' attention on a minute-by-minute basis.
So what are the HBO go-tos right now? Game of Thrones.
Westworld,
John Oliver on
Barry.
HBO?
Silicon Valley, Veep, John Oliver. Yeah, John
Last
Oliver.
night or what? Oh,
Last week tonight?
Last week tonight.
Yeah.
So the idea is that HBO, as a business model focused on boutique productions, they would quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And essentially, Jay Stank is up in the mix, two fingers in the mix, basically saying, no, you guys got to mix it up. Now it's more about quantity. We have to capture our viewers' attention. We have to drive up those direct viewership numbers, which is, hey, what Rooster Teeth is also all about. So
Well, yeah, because there might be a huge wave of people who just unsubscribe as soon as Game of Thrones is
Yeah, they
done,
watch
right?
6 weeks of Game of Thrones and they're gone.
That's it.
Yeah.
And even at Rooster Teeth, I don't have visibility into those numbers, but I do know that there is some churn based around Ruby, which is kind of our prestige show. Genlock followed it up. Rooster Teeth, I think, is in the middle of experimenting with kind of premium content. We have yet to see how that experiment fleshes out. But what this kind of points to is that HBO's existing model of producing a few shows with high budgets that kind of break through and capture people's attention of being better than the rest, that might be stopping. And we might be getting more just seasonless grind shows, recurring stuff, just moving from set to set. I looked forward at I tried to look forward to some TV shows coming out to sort of disprove this, to be like, no, people are still throwing budget behind big concept shows. And I couldn't find a whole lot. It's hard to say because they haven't come out yet.
Well, Westworld is kind of the only one. They just recently, they've signed a deal for season 3 on HBO. And that show is like notoriously expensive. So they're going to do that.
I mean,
But-
isn't Game of Thrones the most expensive TV show ever made? And then
Yeah.
Westworld was like in the top 5 or
Yeah.
something as well.
Yes.
Both HBO.
Absolutely. Both HBO.
So I'd be curious to know if they signed Westworld season 3 for the same budget.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I've been bummed by shows like that. I remember Men in the High Castle felt like, oh, this is a big prestige show, and then halfway through the first episode, now they're on to sets, sound stages, and just dialogue.
That was Amazon.
Yeah. So I feel like that's probably going to be the MO for maybe HBO and every TV producer going forward, is with the doors blown off of content. There's not really a lot of gatekeeping anymore. Everyone can make everything. There's so much content that it seems like volume is the only way you can compete. Get someone in your ecosystem and crank out such a relentless pace of content that they feel like they can't step away.
Well, we're all
Wow.
in that grind.
I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds like YouTube.
Thank you to
And,
episode,
relate.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Twitch.
welcome to
like-
episode 221 of the Dude Soup podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all in that grind, and I mean, like, it's interesting because do we think that works? Like, is that
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I mean, well,
you tell us why. You tell us
Doesn't
why.
it seem like a tried and true thing? Like, premium content's always great, and it's nice to have every now and then. But from me as a consumer standpoint, I want to pay for as little as possible and get as much content as possible. So if I could subscribe for a month and marathon all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones and never sub again, that seems like the correct way to move forward instead of doing it like month to month for the last, how long, 5, 6, 7 years that they've been doing this stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like they're just going to do more like Real Housewives of Crab Deadly Catch 2. Like,
Sold.
just like low budget, high quality or
Just grind it
quantity
out.
content.
Just grind it out. I mean, like, you're absolutely right from a consumer's perspective. I guess the interesting thing you have to think about is, but does it change content forever? So, like, imagine that everyone's doing it, right? Every network in the world is doing what Twitch and YouTube is doing. Then, are we all making the same garbage? Like, are we all making that same grindy stuff?
The thing that gets me about this is that we consume content in very different ways now, right? People are consuming content constantly because of the way that social media works. So even if you just like see a meme, that's that's a piece of media that you are consuming, which means that when people also in the comments are going to make fun of me for saying consuming, that's how it's pronounced in Australia. We don't say
All the
consuming.
SHs.
We're translating for
It
ourselves.
sounds
get ahead of
smarter.
myself.
Shut the H up,
She's
guys.
trying to sound smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So when people go home, they want to, I think a lot of the time want to watch mindless content. Like TV used to have reruns of shit you'd seen before, and you just sit there and watch it and be like, yes, we
Yeah.
did. And the ads, you'd watch all of that stuff and not really make a lot of choices. Whereas now I feel like even when I do go home, I'm like, oh, I'll put on Batman the Animated Series. I've seen it before, but it's easy.
Yeah, it's like background content, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to always be engaged. If you're being engaged the entirety of your day already with your cell phone
Exactly.
and whatever, it's like it's kind of nice to turn off.
It
As
is.
you can see on Tinder, everybody who has like, I love watching The Office in their bio. That show's been done for like what 5 years now.
Yeah.
So
Well, there is actually some. You are talking about a very studied phenomenon, which is that the brain has a finite amount of power to make decisions, and typically you burn through all of that in your workday because your workday is all about making decisions. So when you go home, you don't want to think anymore. That's like the "what should we have for dinner" conversation gets so frustrating.
Yeah.
It's because it requires somebody to make a evaluated decision, and typically your brain is just flat by that. So yeah, you guys are right. Maybe this is playing into a larger. This is a bit of a stretch, but a socioeconomic thing where we're all working long ass hours to make our dreams. We're grinding it out, and then we go home and we have no decision power left to make a judgment about what kind of media to consume. So we just bonk back to the thing we were doing yesterday. I've been watching a lot of Twitch streams. Not yours, don't worry.
It's fine.
No, actually, your shit's really good, but I like streams where. Like somebody's just playing a weird, different video game every day.
Right.
So I get to like just see like, oh, that's kind of neat. But the decision-making process is difficult to like go out, find a show and research it. There's stuff I want to watch that's available to me right now, and I just don't do it.
yeah.
If I'm gonna watch something, I will make an event out of it.
Yeah.
Like I just started watching The Sopranos for the first time ever.
Oh, I just thought I should do that.
It's good.
Is it good?
It's quite a good show. The rumors are true.
I think I also have to start
I
watching
think it's
that.
overrated.
I haven't
You
even
don't know,
seen
you've
it,
never
and it's
seen it.
overrated.
They've never seen it. Don't.
This is how I feel with.
But the point is, if I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna like be like, all right, I've got my dinner ready.
You set aside time.
Yeah, you're engaging with the content.
Yeah, you
But I
set
make a
aside-
lot.
set
Yeah,
aside
like I
time,
fully
yeah.
set aside time to watch it, and I do
Right.
that with movies as well. Whereas when I get home, I'm not like. I guess I would with Game of Thrones, but most TV, most subscription services on Netflix, everyone does the same shit, right? You'll just scroll through for ages until you're like, all right, that sounds cool, but you don't.
I see. It's funny. I have different viewing habits than most. I don't do that. Every day I come home, I think to myself, what am I going to watch? Like, what am I going to start? Basically, 30 Rock. We're in the middle of 30 Rock. I never watched 30 Rock, and every night at dinner, we'll turn on. Autumn and I watch like 2 episodes of 30 Rock. It's 25 minutes or whatever. Neither of us use our phones. We sit there and actually watch the show, laugh at the jokes, do the thing.
So old-fashioned.
And that's the thing is that so for me, I've decided that a show that that actually focuses me for 25 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour is a good show. But if it doesn't, if like for example, The Flash is a great example. I used to watch The Flash every week and Arrow, and eventually I started realizing that like
You weren't
20
paying
minutes in, I'd
attention.
be like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh wait, no, I'm not focused anymore. That's how I know it's a bad show.
Yeah.
So I have a different viewing habit in that case. Like Twitch, I've always heard is background. That's like if we're like you're streaming on Twitch or Lawrence is or I am or whatever, somebody just puts that on and then does other things on the internet.
I mean, that's probably the same for this podcast being live right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
absolutely.
It's also not very like we're not talking to the viewers directly. So
Right.
for Twitch, I kind of understand if you're maybe
True.
engaged for an hour or something like that. But the vast majority, you're not sitting there
Yeah.
actively watching a Twitch stream for 4
Correct.
hours.
That's
They're
correct.
Cooking food or not doing that, doing homework.
No,
right?
yeah, something else.
Cleaning the house, sure.
I
Or
guess-
playing another video game.
This
That's my
that's-
thing is I just play
yeah.
video games, so I don't even fucking watch TV most of the time.
this whole thing worries me though because we won't have that prestige content anymore. You're not going to have the thing that you get to come home and go like you said, like set aside time and be like, I don't know, eat my dinner and watch an hour of Sopranos. Like I don't know who's going to make that anymore if the money doesn't exist and people think that there's only grindy stuff
What's
to make.
Netflix doing right now?
Raising their prices again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Which
so-
I am still happy to pay because it's
Me
only
too.
Yeah,
fucking
so, like, so
$13.
cheap.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up, everyone. Like, I'm sorry. Just $4 more a month. Like,
Totally fine.
Better than
Yeah.
cable.
Let's
Totally
see.
fine.
No, so it's good you brought that up though. Netflix has a couple of shows on the horizon that I put down here. Stranger Things season 3.
Nice,
It's
yeah.
kind of a continuation of their prestige show. Good Omens, I think, is Netflix.
Yes.
That's Amazon.
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 Sorry.
I mean,
yeah,
they
I
did
didn't
love
put
Death
the.
and Robots.
Yes, that one was
Which is
great.
cool.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was cool.
The Witcher is Netflix.
Witcher's Netflix.
Oh yeah.
That'll be interesting.
But we have no idea
That's the thing that's being made.
what budget that's going to
Cowboy Bebop live
live
action.
live
That
action
looks
show.
good.
Also, yeah.
Also tentatively waiting.
So
for
it's
That's the
weird
thing that's
because
being made.
I feel like Netflix is kind of all over the spectrum right now. I kind of hope that they don't settle into that method of just grinding out. I mean, they're on like
But
what
don't-
season 14 of The Ranch by
But
now.
don't they already have that? Like, isn't like the ideal thing is like you have your low effort content that it's filler content, but you're using whatever profits you're making for the high budget stuff. So like if you want to watch like the low effort shit, Netflix has a ton of it, but they also do funnel all that into like pretty critically acclaimed stuff, right?
Those cowards killed one day at a time.
And I mean, if I were to try to compare it to Rooster Teeth, if the flagship show is Genlock, Rooster Teeth still makes a bunch of premium content, but that would be the one that was like pushed.
Yeah.
and
Right.
Maybe like the piece of premium content for the year.
Well,
I would think.
I think the
But there's still
concern
premium content around that.
is like if Rooster Teeth chops off the premium content or any network chops off the premium content and they don't suffer because of it, then no one will make it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are creators who want to create, and sometimes that vision is high spec, and they'll ask for the budgets, and sometimes a network believes fully enough in the expression of it that they'll say greenlight, and they'll be willing to take the hit on it. But if the
It's
deluge
not
of
gonna work.
content,
like
yeah.
I think we can. The games industry is showing them that this won't work. Literally, what's happening with Steam and Epic right now is that Steam had everything and was like, we don't need to do much, and then Epic came along and was like, boom, bitch. And then Steam was like, "Oh heck,
We got to change.
that's the exact thing." It's like, hey, if HBO like is like, we don't need premium content, we can just do whatever. Then it's people are gonna be like, "But this motherfucker has the Evangelion live action movie, which probably nobody wants." But that's my point. You know,
I
hear you.
mean, I kind of want to. I don't know about like that specific example, but for games themselves, like didn't Red Dead Redemption break all sorts of sales records despite costing like $1 billion to make in over 5 years? Like, there's still a desire to have premium and really well made content.
There is.
It just definitely won't be prevalent, and you're gonna have like further gaps in between
I mean,
like
even
that thing.
PlayStation, like their
Yeah.
exclusives, I would say, are more premium than Xbox's exclusives.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
literally higher budget for the most part. They all sell better, all of them.
Yeah, I think HBO. Unfortunately, HBO is kind of I want to say it's like the light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of different people in production in general. They're always like, this is where you want to go. This is like the spot that you want to land. You want to be in an HBO drama. You want to be in an HBO movie, whatever.
Yeah.
But if that goes away, then I guess somebody else will eventually take its place. We're hoping, like Netflix,
I mean,
or
maybe
Amazon,
Netflix or
Yeah.
Showtime or somebody else.
But I mean,
hopefully.
are we looking at it too much from a production perspective? Since
Maybe.
we're all in
Yeah,
production,
maybe.
we're all excited about the big shit, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you are.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you.
I don't want the culture of big shows to go away. Of like Lost watch parties, Game of Thrones parties.
Yeah.
Circling around that entertainment is meaningful and interesting. And if those shows go away and suddenly we're having watch parties for like season 14 of Bridezillas, which is awesome.
Okay, people do have watch parties for The Bachelor and The Bachelorette quite often.
Okay, fair.
Right.
Yeah, that's network television. Yeah.
Maybe it's just our culture that's attacked.
Maybe.
We're not thinking about the people that want deadly crab marriage.
I think people.
Sold.
And that's the thing. That's kind of what I want to know in the comments. I want people to tell us, like, oh no, we don't really care. Like, we'd rather have hours and hours and hours of Jericho Twitch streaming than we would,
Same.
6 episodes of Game of Thrones
Very comparable.
every 2 years. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can unfortunately all have the same perspective sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to know. I want to know if we're
shifting.
looking at it in the wrong way.
Whenever Done Quick rolls around, that is a week long event for me. I clear the calendar and I just sit at home and
Yeah.
stare at people be way better at me than they have a right to be at Sonic.
Is that like porn for you?
A little bit.
It is like porn
I mean,
for him.
it's inspiring because for all the obvious
porn
reasons. but-
inspiring?
Oh yeah. The things they can do.
You're right.
I
The
guess.
pearls they can cram into the holes they do.
I guess.
Games Done Quick to me, it's just like somebody was just fanatically obsessed with playing this one game. And they got very, very good at it and connected with a community of people who all got better at it. And for no reason, but the incident came around where they were able to use that in a way that benefited the world.
Right.
And the fact that they would elect to do that and put their skill on display like that
Yeah.
is
it's
just
great.
really
It's a
cool.
great event.
Yeah.
It's a cool event. Yeah.
There's basically no downside aside from the chair sniffing.
Yeah.
Love
But
that chair sniffing.
hey, if you want something to do while you're watching boring TV, you should invest in stocks with Robinhood, who is sponsoring this podcast. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, cryptos, all commission free. So that lets you get started if you may be a novice in investing or you may be intimidated by it. You can start with just a small amount of money, see how it goes, and scale up from there. They also say other brokerages can charge up to $10 for every trade, but Robinhood charges no commission fees at all. And the app is designed in a simple, intuitive way with charts and market data to make it easy to buy and sell trades. Bruce, you actually use Robinhood, right?
I do almost every day. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
I started with Robinhood long before we started doing ad reads with them.
Brag about it.
I like the app. I think it's really cool, and it's commission free.
I know a few people who
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, you can learn how to invest as you build your portfolio. They also group stocks into collections. So if perhaps at the end of the day your decision-making powers are burnt out and you just want to put some money into an investing, you can just use a collection. Let the app sort of group it for you. And Robinhood is giving listeners of Dude Soup a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you start your portfolio. You can find that at dudesoup.robinhood.com. Once more, that's dudesoup.robinhood.com. Thank you for the sponsorship, letting us grind out these podcasts. Yeah, somebody like
trying to mime him, but it was
somebody's
really
landscaping
hard.
over there.
All right, I'm off to Austin.
See you, Bruce.
Good day,
Speaking
sir.
of
Finally.
premium
Bye,
content,
Bruce.
Gotta go make that
Yeah.
premium content.
Get him outta here.
We're in the middle of making premium content.
Finally,
Bye,
the
Bruce.
adult
I
is
hope,
gone.
I hope you don't fly on one of those 737s. I hope you don't.
Wait, what? Why?
What do you mean? Why?
Because they crashed because people
'Cause
didn't
they-
buy the good versions.
Yeah, basically.
Boeing 737s crash?
Yeah, there were two of them that crashed recently
Yeah,
for
300 total people died.
similar reasons because they didn't like buy some kind of like premium package. I didn't read the full thing, I'm going to be honest, but it's pretty sketchy
It
shit.
had an when the plane was going up and the plane was like, hey, you might stall, it dips the nose, but then they didn't know how to disengage it, so the pilots were not able to, and the planes crashed.
Oh, so it like tried to anti-stall itself all the way into the ground?
How did you miss this?
I kind of stopped paying attention to social media as much.
Must be nice.
And thus I miss news.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Must
well,
be nice.
I mean,
It is. It's refreshing.
to be frank, it's not like your world would be enriched by such a story. More just evidence that we're in a grim cyberpunk
no, you're
dystopia
right. It
where-
only made me sad.
Yeah,
We're in
corporations
like the
control everything.
shit cyberpunk dystopia. We don't get like the cool body mods, but we
know.
still have all of the
I
overreaching.
just talked about purling.
You're
We're there.
People
sorry.
have chips inside of them and stuff.
Oh yeah, like RFID stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Wait, is that real? People are putting that inside their body
Yes.
Yeah.
I
to like open doors and stuff?
Well,
And payment chips and stuff. Like you can
Zoe
just-
Quinn
How does
has a
it-
copy
Yeah.
of Deus Ex inside of her. And
How
some
does it get
magnets.
power?
It doesn't need RFID chips. Get passive power. Like the wavelength that's put off. It's almost like an echo. Like the wavelength that gets put off, it hits the fucking RFID, and then another thing bounces back. It's like a key fob. Those don't have power in them. Oh well, the ones you hit a
they
button
had
do.
batteries inside
button.
them.
The ones you hit a button do, but the ones you just tap like a
Jesus Christ, I don't know what this
Well,
is.
Amiibos
The
don't have
access
power in
card to
them.
this building does not have power. You just tap it to the thing because it's emitting a signal. It hits the circuits of that, bounces back a
it
different.
itself does not have power. It's the thing you're tapping into has
exactly.
the power.
Yeah, it's like inductive power. So,
Gotcha.
Like Amiibo.
yes,
Interesting.
Exactly
Oh,
like
Amiibo.
You could have an amiibo implanted in your dick. Think about that.
My God.
Finally, a
Which
use-
Amiibo would you plant in your dick? King
Rob.
DDD. Oh. Like we both
Rob?
answered
I have
very
a Rob
quickly.
Amiibo that's going in my dick.
All right.
Which this is going to be an easy question, but which Smash Brothers character has the biggest dick? Simon Belmont?
Ganondorf.
Ganondorf.
Ganon's
Ganondorf
probably
has a
hung as
massive
fuck.
Bowser?
sword.
Yeah. I reckon
Bowser's-
Snake's probably got a big dick.
So King K. Rool then.
Yeah.
I guess proportionally speaking, maybe
Who'd be the largest character in Smash Bros?
I th-
DDD?
they've
Ripley.
settled this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ripley.
Oh, Ridley. Yeah.
Ridley.
or
That's
Ridley.
it.
Not Ridley.
Oh boy, he's got a giant dick.
Yeah.
it's
I've
probably
seen it before, too.
skeleton
Oh, poor
esque and
Samus.
stuff.
Yeah.
Poor,
Oh
poor
no.
Samus. She's a
Do you think he has a dick?
small lady.
I would. How else would he? And is
Some
he
of them
asexual?
wouldn't have dicks.
What's been shown before?
Kirby does not have a penis.
No. Kirby's asexual, right?
Yeah. Well, I
Has
mean, it
to be.
depends who he inhales.
True.
Hot. Kirby's actually into Vor, original Vorster.
Oh yeah. There's a whole
That's
thing.
actually kind of cool. If you were Kirby, you just want to be a different gender for a day. You just consume someone, and you're like, all right, did it.
But at what cost? You know, like
no cost at all.
No.
I guess you
Kirby
just spit
lives.
them out 24 hours later. Thanks. Let me use you.
The best of
Well,
all
don't you spit
worlds.
them out immediately?
You don't have to. You can
Yeah,
just-
you can.
You can hold them in your mouth and then jump off the stage.
That is true. I need to get better at that.
Master Troll.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in Ultimate. But
It does work.
It
It's
does.
just hard.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you spit them out before.
I thought KO'd you and then popped them up.
It does. So you just shoot them out really low under stage, and then you just float up because you're Kirby and you're good to go.
It definitely does work. It's
Kirby
just
does
easy
not
to
die.
do.
So yeah, and I guess looping back a little bit, I have a list here of shows that arguably could be considered premium content to maybe show that this is not the death of TV as we know it. There's Too Old to Die Young, the Nicholas
Don't know, trash
Winding
it.
Refn.
Get rid
it's
of it,
garbage.
don't know.
It's probably stupid art shit. Twilight Zone, who even cares?
I really,
remake?
really want to watch it, but I don't have CBS All Access, and I didn't want to sign up for another service.
So
I love the Twilight.
whoever's account that Stephanie's Amazon Prime is linked to, they bought CBS All Access. So now I get to watch it.
Wait, what?
That's awesome.
She like years ago partnered her account with some like coworker, and they have since not talked for like years. But that dude bought CBS All Access, so yes.
Thank you, that dude.
That also means I can watch Star Trek Discovery, which I've been waiting to do.
Discovery is actually really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a legit, perfect now version of Star Trek.
I'm curious about Orville too. I'm because I know it started.
Orville is not bad either. I watch a lot of shit TV.
Yeah, good for you, man. Stranger Things, The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
possibly going to be pretty high
hope
spec.
that
Don't
that's
even know
good.
what that is.
Isn't the Russos? No.
Oh, it's John Favreau.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure.
And then his Dark Materials coming out soon.
Never heard of that.
Oh, it's Golden
Also
Compass.
Sounds like a sex thing. Oh.
Yeah,
Alanah, you need to read those books.
they're good.
Wait,
They're
Golden
fantasy
Compass?
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've read those books. Wait, there's a show coming out?
yeah.
On
I
They're
missed
also
that.
making a book based on The Name of the Wind,
God, it's been
and A Wheel
ages.
of Time. The Wheel of Time.
Oh, Wheel of Time is
Both
coming
of
out
those
too, yeah.
series are getting TV shows.
Yeah. Yeah, American Gods just hit. Like they're kind of digging back out all the like quirky mid '90s stuff and turning it into TV shows.
Is it
Watchmen
that
is getting
time?
a TV show.
Is it that time we're like going back through the content wheel?
Rifling on
You
through.
could argue that The Witcher is quirky mid-90s stuff.
It absolutely is. Yeah, you're right. Dark fantasy. I think they're also King Killer Chronicles is getting adapted.
Yeah,
I think the
that's
rights
name
got
of the
bought.
one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry,
It
I got
is.
that
Yeah,
mixed
they're
up.
making that a TV series as well.
Man, that's going to be interesting.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
Voth is so cool,
Well, but
and
the
he's so
point of
good
those
at
books is
things,
that he's
and-
actually not. It's just
Yeah.
made up like he is, right?
Yeah.
So if they have that as a TV show, it'll just be like, he's this average dude who did a bunch of cool shit, kind of got by accident. That one time he fucked a bush fairy.
Hell yeah.
That was pretty dope.
How do you say his name? Kvoth?
Kvoth.
Kvoth.
That's how I say it. But I don't know.
Drizzt. We're talking about
Kvoth.
elves.
Yeah,
We're
no
talking
idea.
about fantasy books. I don't know if you've heard of them.
It's Game of Thrones, man. No one's alled to like look down their noses.
That's true.
I'm not
to say
looking down my
you weren't.
nose at.
You weren't, but no, man. Ever since Lord of the Rings, that shit is paramount. I guess it always has been. That's something that always, like, every Star Wars fan thought that they were like on the inside.
That's the thing that always gets me. Every hardcore Star Wars fan that I know, I'll talk to them and they'll be like, you know, when I was growing up, nobody liked Star Wars. And I'll be like, bitch, really?
Kind of everybody did.
I feel like everyone has always worn Star Wars
There are
shirts.
C-3POs underoos, dude. That was the thing. It's just the.
I wonder
It's
if
hard to
that's
talk
a
about it
social media
publicly.
thing in that we now are kind of more aware of things that aren't in our immediate social circle. But Star Wars is one of the most popular things in the world.
Yeah.
It's extremely popular.
Yeah,
It's
probably the
defined
largest,
culture.
largest property ever.
Yeah.
Bigger than the Bible. Take that.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's got more words.
That's a take.
Factual.
Well,
factual.
the title has more words. The book itself. If you put all the screenplays together, would there be more words in Star Wars than the Bible?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but
I
not
thought-
every variation of the Bible. You know.
Well.
What about other? Just like the Bible?
Like the Extreme Teen Bible, where they like make
no,
it.
I was thinking about like the Quran and stuff.
that means-
not like Bible for idiots. Like,
That means that you have to count like the fan rewrite of The Last Jedi and shit when you talk about the Star Wars.
no, that's only if you're
screenplays.
talking about like the King James Bible. We're just talking about like the pinnacle.
The Bible.
Oh, that's a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
What?
No fear, no regrets.
Just a future with a promise.
Extreme Teen Bible. You guys didn't have an Extreme Teen Bible?
No, very thankfully, I had to read the normal one.
Oh man, you didn't have like a youth pastor
We
that had a
watched,
way too young girlfriend and tried to rap a couple times.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, but now I'm thinking about that one video.
We watched Veggie Tales at school.
Yes.
You watched Veggie Tales?
Big fan of Veggie Tales.
I was also
When are we
pretty
getting a
big fan.
live action Netflix remake of Veggie,
Veggie
Tales?
Tales?
Horrific.
No, I don't want that. No.
Let's
Did you see Veggie Tales? This is
bizarrely
the
no.
first time in this office that I've ever had someone who's the same age as me.
Oh, yeah.
And we can make you feel weird.
So my name is Lawrence. Everyone called me Larry, and it was like, oh, like Larry the Cucumber, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, so they knew
Wow.
Veggie Tales, but you didn't?
Yeah, well, people in my town did, but I grew up in kind of a media sinkhole. My parents didn't buy a lot of things. I wasn't exposed to a lot until I got the internet, which, wow, man, it's like that scene in The Matrix where he gets some
Brain
jiu-jitsu
blast.
downloaded and he's like, give me more. Yeah, going to
I
QuakeCon was
remember
rebel.
the first thing that I did on the internet.
I went to the Nintendo.com chat rooms where I got my handle that I still use today.
I had AOL. I remember AOL 3.0, like installing that so I could get my parental like configuration set up so I didn't go to any illicit websites.
Aw.
You
Yeah.
did that yourself? You put
No, I
Oh.
didn't. My parents did, but
We couldn't get AOL in Australia for reasons.
Yeah,
that
you guys
should be
have
obvious.
internet yet?
A also stands for Australia.
No, that's not how businesses work. But
I
we
don't-
use
Australia
MSN.
Online.
Wasn't a thing.
Why is
we
it
used MSN.
OL for online? Because that's one word. It should have just been AO.
Well, because
No, because they trademarked it or copyrighted it. It's on line.
Oh,
like-
it's camel caps?
Yeah, camel
But it's
cap.
hyphenated too, right?
Yeah, it's hyphenated.
What?
I think in the
These
titling.
heathens. So it should be AO-L.
Like Spider Dash Man.
Oh no.
So wait, hold up.
Okay, that doesn't look right.
We're going to get to
That
the
just
bottom of
says
this.
online.
Oh, God, they got like a Illuminati symbol. I like that.
Wow, they really were. This was like the internet. There wasn't like Internet Explorer, really. It was
Yeah.
like you had an all-in-one package thing.
Well, we're kind of back there. Google is locking that shit down.
Hold up. AOL came on a floppy disk?
Yeah. How do you think people got
They
it?
used to give away free AOL discs in the mail, like 2.0. It would just be in your mailbox.
Yeah.
And
Oh
you
my
were
God.
like, what?
They blanketed the world with them. I used to.
Wow.
I mean, half
that
of internet
login
humor
screen.
back then was how many AOL discs does it take to do like the X?
Really?
Yeah.
Like, can you make the weight of X with AOL discs?
Holy shit.
Oh, I had that exact disc. I used it as a coaster.
6.0.
1,000 hours free.
1,000.
So many hours.
Wow.
I mean, it really was when
Okay,
you
I
thought
don't
about
understand
it.
how it works. So I thought that AOL was just a chat room.
No,
No,
that was
it's-
AIM.
Was
sort
that
of.
part of AOL though?
Yeah.
At one point,
But
it was
everyone can use it.
So it used to be like it was like a portal. So you'd click it open, and then it was like a full page web page where your email was there, like your
It was like
chat.
like a browser. As
It was
well.
an internet
Yeah.
service provider. You
What?
would dial into AOL. They would provide you internet service, and then they had a kind of a layer on top of the internet where instead of punching in a URL, you would type in a keyword, and then that would just bring up the website. So it was
Yeah.
trying to be a very user friendly. It was basically like Google search except they controlled everything.
Right.
Which is a lot of people got access to the internet with that. It was
AOL actually, I'm pretty sure, still has a non-zero percentage of
Yeah,
the
people still use it.
like people still subscribe to it as their
my God.
ISP, but it's dial-up only. So it was 25 bucks a
I mean,
month.
we had dial-up, but I just never had like. Fuck. I think that I just used Internet Explorer
Yeah, when I found out that there were no parental controls on Internet Explorer.
because it would have been an AOL.
Yeah,
Let me see if this
free
works.
range. So much Google
Looked
searches.
at so
for
many boobs.
big boobies.
Hell yeah.
First search.
Man, and those were like mid '90s, like botched plastic surgery.
It
boobs.
was
Still
porn.
good, still
Boobs
good.
were not great.
I mean,
then.
they're good. Don't get me wrong, but it does set an interesting standard to like start there and then find the rest of the spectrum. It's lopsided, which is literal.
Am I right?
Yeah. Hey Omar, I'm
it
gonna
is
play a sound. I don't know if that's gonna come through or not.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah,
Is it
here
the
we go.
dial-up sound?
Okay, so we had
Absolutely
a
is.
dial-up sound.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So dial-up internet, you can dial into a lot of internet service providers. AOL was just one of them.
I can sing this whole thing.
Yeah, I know this.
Well, it depends what baud you're at.
This one's the classic one.
Yeah.
Well, it's got 1.5 million views. So.
There's something sweet about it. Like, I find it calming.
It's a nice reminder that. Oh my
I
God.
shouldn't, but I
This is calming.
Internet
do.
ASMR.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. It's the original ASMR.
It literally like artifacts, like noises I've never.
I know, but it's because it's a very nostalgic sound. It's just peaceful.
It's the doors of your world opening wide, so those giant titties can come
I
through.
feel like I need to look up some shit about AOL now because
Yeah.
my whole reality is just
You missed
crashed around
out.
me.
But the internet now is more cheaper and more accessible than ever, thanks to Mint Mobile.
Thanks, Mint Mobile.
Thanks, Mint Mobile.
Thank you, Mint.
Who is sponsoring this podcast? Mint Mobile is kind of an a la carte wireless service that can help you cut your wireless service down to $15 a month. Don't let those big AOL internet companies smack you around with their bills. No. Mint Mobile, $15. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. They just send you a SIM card. You keep your old number along with your existing contacts. I've been using it for almost a year now because they sent me a SIM card. So that's pretty cool. You can use a plan with 3, 8, or 12 gigabytes of 4G LTE data and stop paying for unlimited data that you'll never use. That's basically where I landed. I use a lot of Wi-Fi. And I looked at my data usage. It was around like 4 gigs a month. So I was like, why am I paying like $50, $60? It's ridiculous. Also, the SIM card they sent me. I'll use that instead. They also say if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. So you can try it for a week. If you find that your coverage has gone down, or your data speeds have dropped, you can just send it back, get your money back, no problem at all. To get your new wireless plan for $15 a month, get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/dude. Once more, that's mintmobile.com/dude. Thank you, Mint Mobile, for the SIM card, the sponsorship, and everything else. All right. Now, every so often...
This is the internet if you're OG.
Oh, Prodigy?
Prodigy,
Jeez.
yeah.
Or
Okay,
like
what is
BBCs
this?
before that.
This was literally before I was born.
Telnet. You're gonna SSH and play fucking hack on somebody's
I don't.
web server.
Like, maybe we had this stuff and I just don't remember it. But I just remember using Internet Explorer and nothing else.
Because you could, I guess.
You were like third wave internet.
Yeah, well, you didn't have American Online
Pedestrian.
We didn't have
harassing you through your mail.
Yeah, true.
What, you think my parents were going to say no to a free internet disc? It's free for 45 days.
How does
That's a good
the
disc.
concept of the internet coming on a floppy disk doesn't make sense.
It's
to me.
not that the internet came, it was a program came on a floppy disk.
that let you access the internet.
Yes, by dial-up. So it was like you...
How did a floppy disk give you dial-up?
No.
Because it had
Alanah,
the
you
number.
not how the internet works.
You plugged into the Ethernet port,
Yeah.
right? With
So
your
what do you need
computer.
the disk for?
For the program. You could not use the dial-up because you couldn't connect to their AOL's server.
I mean,
but
you
couldn't
probably could
You
if
could have
you
just used Internet Explorer.
Well, you have to be connected. So
You have to get Internet Explorer in
you
some
have to
place.
have a connection first. So right now, computers are always connected, but it wasn't really that way. So Windows had a utility to dial into a service provider. And you could manually type in the phone number and your login credentials, and then that would establish a data connection. Then Internet Explorer would be able to make requests on
Correct.
websites.
Yes.
And so that
Basically, the point is that AOL just bypassed that part.
AOL was just like, just use us
it covered
instead.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It supplanted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure if you were using AOL and you knew the number and your login info, you could just do it through Windows. You didn't
Yeah.
have to use their big
Concept of it
goofy.
coming on a disk is
But I could just double click and then it made sweet sounds to me and I was like, it's
Sing to me.
connecting.
Let me play Rainbow Six online with my friends.
Oh man.
Oh, good times.
So the internet is a wonderful place, and it brings us all together.
Yeah.
And occasionally, people on this internet do amazing things that elevate the human race. Omar, I hope you're leaning over to that deck there. No, wrong one. No, too early. No.
Went out hard.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so
Was that David Blaine's abs?
that's a really close guess. No, it was Chris Angel.
The other sexy
I
magician.
thought you might be offended by that, but
A little bit.
I was like, well, what's Lawrence
but
gonna say?
I'm not gonna be mad at Tucker for trying his
He's a
best.
guest.
I was
He's
doing my
allowed to not
best.
know
Yeah.
Chris Angel.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's
Okay.
it's a Law's lad, Omar.
She's right.
I mean, there was only 3 choices. I get there eventually.
You could have done a hot take. We just got some Guy Fieri in
So
there
proud
as
of that
well.
gif.
It's a great gif.
Thanks. All right, so this gentleman, a real life lobbyist, was just permanently banned in EVE Online for corruption.
Holy shit.
It's pretty cool. So the original story, basically, I'll just read some of it here. Brian Schoeneman, best known in EVE as Brisk Ruble.
Hell yeah. I bet this dude fucks.
Yeah.
Russian plant.
He serves on EVE Online's Council of Stellar Management, or CSM, or he did serve until today when developer CCP Games announced that Brian Schoeneman was now permanently banned for, quote, sharing confidential information with a member of his alliance that was later used by another alliance member to conduct illicit in-game transactions.
I love Eve.
It's
I love
more
what it
real.
stands for. Yeah.
Just, it's so good. The stories that come out of it, it's brilliant.
Outside of EVE, Schoeneman is a maritime law lobbyist in Virginia. In an interview with Kotaku, Schoeneman said, quote, I think the largest single thing I can bring to the CSM is that I have been doing what is effectively the CSM's role for my entire political career. I'm constantly going out lobbying for the government, trying to educate them on what my members think is important and how what the government does affects my industry, all while making sure that what we do is good for the country.
Wow.
And yet, in EVE, he was accused of sharing privileged information to conduct illicit trades. But he denies it, of course. Lengthy public statement denying any wrongdoing. Schoeneman says that CCP Games is not responding to his request for more information about what specifically he was banned for, and asserts that he did not break any non-disclosure agreements or share confidential information. Quote, as a licensed attorney for nearly a decade, I have never had a complaint filed against me, Schoeneman writes. I have served in positions of public trust in the United States government and have never had a complaint filed against me. It claims that I would risk my reputation by providing proprietary or otherwise confidential information to members of my own alliance for personal gain or false.
I love that that last sentence pertains to EVE Online.
Yep. My alliance.
I would never do that.
There is no reason why I would jeopardize all of that by violating my word, putting my reputation on the line, and risking all of this to provide a fellow player with an unfair advantage in the game.
Plus, if you get banned from EVE, it's really sad when someone gets banned because that can be thousands and thousands of hours. Like,
And-
this dude
and
was on
money,
a fucking
too.
council, and they're just gone.
Tough.
A member of the Space Lords.
It's like being deleted from the real world. Like all the work that you put into your career one day, just boop.
Yeah. There was an anime, which is a very cultural thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name
It's
of
a
it.
Euro man of culture also.
Yes, indeed. So the premise of it is that everyone lives in, like, the world has adopted a augmented reality. And
Summer
like
Wars?
Sword Art Online.
both good guesses, no. A little more implicit than that, like mid-2000s, I think.
Oh.
One of the earlier subplots is that these kids are trying to find their lost pet, except their lost pet is digital. Like it's just a fake pet. But everything about the story, well, yeah, right. But everything about the story and the way they talk about it, it's very real.
Right.
Because that's the world they grew up in and that's what they're familiar with. So yeah, this stuff kind of reminds me of that, of how the like, I always think of that cyberbullying tweet. Hold on.
How the fuck is cyberbullying
How is
even
it
real?
real?
Just
Tyler
close your
Creator
eyes,
one?
bro. Just look away.
Like laughing. It's one of those things where like I feel like strongly that we are in a Tyler the Creator dropping hard truth bombs. Probably can't put that on the screen.
I was about
Whoops,
to
too late.
say.
There it is.
He's allowed to say that. I'm not. There's a Donald Trump one. Holy shit! I should not put that.
That's been memed to death, and I love it.
But yeah,
Scientists.
like
BBC
the thing is,
one.
like I disagree with it, but it's a good tweet.
I just like, it's the standard, like, it's simple, dude. Just like, how can you be homeless? Just go home, dude.
Get a house.
just find some place to sleep.
It's like, what the hell?
Man. So some people are throwing out suggestions in chat. Hack.// code Lyoko no.
Ooh, Code Lyoko.
God, what was it called? Anyway, this is going to drive me and hopefully the rest of chat crazy. But yes, God bless you, Brisk Ruble. I'll use your real name for playing the game.
Your own name.
Effectively.
Do you think he did
in and out
it?
of-
Court of public opinion. It said that he leaked confidential information to a member who then leaked it to another member, and that member used it for financial illicit monetary in-game transactions.
What does that mean, though?
Great question.
Also, how to.
What is an illicit transaction in Eve?
I'm guessing.
They weren't cheating.
Sounds like insider trading a bit.
Insider
Like
trading.
Somebody knew
Holy
that the
shit.
value of a resource was going to shift, so they made
Yeah, that's what
things
it
ahead of
sounds
time.
like to me.
Okay.
But
my God, I love
specifically
Eve
what
so
that means, I don't know. And also how they breadcrumb trailed it back to him, I don't know.
This is
So maybe somebody ratted him out.
this is what
They've
happened.
had records
This
and
happened with RuneScape.
Deno Coil.
Recently.
That was totally it. Thank you, Angry Monkey. Sorry.
What was it?
Deno Coil.
Okay. Before my time.
Yeah, Angry Monkey. Yeah, that was kind of a mid 2000s.
Did not find the anime titties quite then.
No, there were
you talking
no
about
anime
RuneScape?
titties in that at all.
Oh no! Oh,
So my
I was
interest
talking
was
about
piqued.
RuneScape?
Yeah,
You
RuneScape.
mentioned RuneScape.
No, I said that this happened relatively recently with an admin member on RuneScape. Old school RuneScape was, I believe, either illegally seizing or using info to like insider trade in RuneScape and then sell for real world money.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that
I think
was
that's
with,
happened with WoW before too.
yeah. I mean, like whenever you get like real world money being traded for in-game currency,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to see how that could lead down the wrong hole.
Does that happen in Eve? I don't know. There was this thing recently that I probably should ask you to look up. It was posted about on Kotaku. It was basically like there was this hub world in Eve that everyone had been trying to get at for a long time. And been years and years had gone into planning so that some armies could take it off of the people who were controlling it. Like literally years of planning, and they achieved it. But it's like the scale of the thing is just fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to describe it though because I don't know Eve well.
All the ones that I see, the articles get written are about like the real world money that's going into these giant faction wars, and it's like 10,000 real dollars got
is
lost here,
wild.
and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
nuts.
so
It said, hold up, there was something here about someone going to space jail?
Not Space Jam.
well, EVE Online cheaters in China might get sent to space jail. Such a good
Cool.
phrase. Yeah, so
It's always China.
those headlines about attaching real dollars to monetary loss. It's
That one.
Oh, the massive war one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are always based on the fact that you can buy game time with ISK, and then they just equate that to.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I get it too, but it's just, it makes for a good article or clickbait.
For sure. I love that. Like every time there's a microcosm of human experience, they go through the same process just faster that the entire human race has ever done. I saw that a lot with the Bitcoin culture and how they were insistent there should be no regulations ever. And then one by one, they found all of the reasons why you absolutely need regulation.
Yep.
And every time they ran into that, they were like, no, that's not the problem. Technology will solve this. And yet it did not.
Bitcoin was immediately a mess because every time someone would post an article saying Bitcoin is going to die, then people would sell their Bitcoin, so then it would be worth more. Like, it was just such a mess. The influence of Bitcoin, or the influence people had on Bitcoin, because it was all on the internet, it meant it was one of the least ethical things I've ever partaken in.
Yep.
Joke's on you guys. My 2 Bitcoin are still there, and in 400
2
years.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, but I got them.
2 whole Bitcoin?
Yeah, a while ago.
Shit.
I still lost a little money. I
little?
don't know what it. Yeah.
I-
no,
When
honestly.
did you buy?
Oh, I
at
lost
like
thousands.
$3,000.
Hey, it jumped up. Look at that.
Shit.
What is it at now?
5,200.
I have made money
Oh.
now. I'm back in the positive.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I thought it was way lower. But I mean, like, you know, it was just
rebounded a
I
little
missed
bit.
that peak.
But it's
Should've
rebounded
sold.
in
I should have
like
fucking sold. The dumbest thing, you know what? I
gained
said I was
1,000 over
going
like
to
a day.
sell when it
That's
got to
still-
20K.
yeah.
And
got to like
And it got
19.
19.
if I was flying to Australia that week, if I had been in Australia the day after, I would have sold because it would have read as 20K. Like if I had looked at the app, it would have been in Australian currency. It would have been 20,000 fucking.
You would have
dollars.
wasted all that money by now.
I would have
anyway.
fucking sold.
Oh, I
would've blown it
totally
all.
on cocaine yacht parties.
Hell
with,
yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
17.9-year-old girls, women.
Women.
The law in Australia is that if you're 16, you can have sex with someone who's 16 or 17.
I'm pretty sure that's.
But
the
you can't
same
have,
here.
if you're 18, you can't have sex with someone who's under 18.
I gotta be.
You legally can have sex at 16. I think anal is 18.
That makes sense. You don't want to blow.
we
those
must
peepers
age
out too early.
gate. We don't want to
You
blow out
gotta
the
age-
O-ring before you're an
You
adult.
gotta age gate those gays, you know?
I get the sentiment of that because you don't like you want to allow young people to consensually experiment,
Well, I think,
but you don't want older people to be taking advantage of younger people.
and the difference between a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old can be
Giant.
pretty big maturity-wise.
Dick-wise, penis-wise.
Penis
I
wise,
don't
big.
know that's how
Every
that
year
works.
is another half inch.
That's what they say.
Oh.
That's why dads have such big dicks.
Oh, no.
It's
Oh,
well known.
oh,
Dad dicks
boy.
are
Oh,
giant.
I don't like that.
Well, they've been beaten to hell.
Oh.
They're well
I
worn.
don't
Put
like
away
any of
wet.
it. No, I don't like it at all.
Like an old leather.
No, it's bad. No, not a no.
Liver spots all over the thing.
Nope.
Scraggly little hairs. You know how the like gray
Still
hairs
going.
are thicker than the
Still
other
going.
ones,
Yes, I am
and they're not
Way more
curly
coarse.
for some reason. Yeah, it's just it's
Talking
like
about it.
It's like a.
Do you think they're gonna regret
Squirrel.
body mods purling when you're like 95?
I wonder about that.
Wouldn't that be the same conversation about like you'll regret your tattoos one day,
Except
love?
those just look bad. I feel like the skin loosens. They could just start falling around you and
Ugh,
with like,
true.
like a
I mean,
ball pit.
if you're like, when women are postmenopause, all bets are goddamn off. You can put whatever wherever you want. So if you're in the old folks home and you're mixing it up, you got your like,
Wait. What? I've never heard about this.
yeah, women lose the ability to make babies.
Yeah, I know. I just
So it's fucking party time.
Oh, you just mean you can
Yeah,
have a
you
bunch
can
of
just-
sex.
Hell yeah, you
unprotected
Well,
too.
birth control's also great at that.
can. Well, but it's got side effects, and you can forget.
Yeah, but so does not taking birth control. You just can't
That's
win
true.
is the point.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, no, nature dealt half the human race a really raw
No,
deal
I
there.
vomit if I
And the
get
other
period.
half
It's
is just
terrible.
it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get to watch The Matrix, get all amped up, punch holes in drywall.
So what else is there to
Fucking
being a
rules.
man?
Yeah, but you're not allowed to cry. You feel all emasculated.
But you
But
can like
in my
you
own,
don't-
at my I will.
when you by yourself, go for it.
Yeah.
I'm sobbing.
But you can
don't get to
sexy
keep the
cry.
kids.
You can like clench the jaw and have one tear roll down. And
What
then
would
that's just-
Keanu do?
What would Keanu
That's what he
Reeves
do. He clenches his jaw and
You're
have
right,
one
he would.
tear pop out, and
You
then
know what?
he's
I
about to
reckon
murder
Keanu is
everyone.
man enough that he would just sob on a sidewalk.
But like not gross sob though. He
No,
would
he
be,
No,
like,
he would
blubbery.
never
like
ugly
running.
cry. He'd
No.
always look put
Oh, he'd
together.
look beautiful.
There'd be like dashboard confession.
But he might do like a
Oh, like one exhale.
just one.
Death Cab for Cutie. Which one is the one where the singer speaks in complete sentences?
Do any of them?
Dashboard or Death Cab? I get it mixed
Dog,
up.
I'm seeing Taking Back Sunday this Friday.
Sick.
Nice.
So excited.
Oh yeah, I wanted to bring this up. This is really the interim conversation. Tucker, Alanah, you guys are both into the musics.
Yeah.
You enjoy,
I like
you
music.
enjoy tones played sequentially in time with each other and in
For
the correct
roughly
keys.
3 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, for roughly three and a half minutes.
Sometimes 9 minutes.
Ooh.
Little opus.
Oh yeah, you're an EDM boy.
I know.
You like those 22-minute tracks.
Absolutely not. 9 minutes is like that's enough. And then
Yeah.
like, how long have I been here?
So I feel about
know where I am.
Forza.
yeah.
I was just curious. This is a very broad question. Just conversation starter. Get it going. Where do you see? What is your appraisal of EDM where it is now? What phase are we moving out of? What phase are we moving into? Because
We hit the peak of festivals like last year where pretty much everyone and their cousin, if you live near like any city with more than 100,000 people, somebody was throwing a music festival there with all of your favorite, or like at least generally favorite acts. And this got to a point where it was so prevalent that, I mean, some of my friends in the industry were festival season started right now, would be playing one every single weekend until it got too cold.
Damn.
Yeah, and we're talking like Ottawa, like somewhere outside of Cleveland, desolate areas
big
where
empty
nobody
parking
wants to
lots
be.
and- yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's where it was, and now recently people have been, kind of reining it in and just focusing on like a major one instead of doing 6 in 1 year in Los Angeles. So like we're kind of getting to the point where people are enjoying festival music and enjoying these shows, but they're kind of pulling back because like the profit margins aren't there anymore. Like, why would I spend $400 4 times a year when I could spend $500 twice and get a better experience both times?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So for the music itself, do you think that lended itself to more like anthemic, long-term, like...
Check out Beatport right now.
Yeah.
Beatport.
Yeah, I mean, you could pull up Beatport. I think the general consensus here is that you have a pretty poppy and like hard main acts. You still have your traditional like Tiestos and Hardwells and whatever. There's still like a passion for grassroots music, you know, like the people that got well known off of a community, but it hasn't changed as much as you might think in like 10 years.
I mean, and Beatport is so often just deep house.
I mean, Beatport is in fact where I buy most of my deep house music.
Same.
It's like spinning records,
Big same.
you know. So we're in a cool spot. I think that there's definitely more money than ever in dance music, and you see a lot of like rap festivals popping up and like a lot of crossover there. So like besides Coachella, you'll have like Lil Yachty will be playing the same festival as like Marshmello. And they're, you know, and these people are interacting because at the end of the day, it's just a place where people want to go and drink and definitely not do drugs and enjoy
Lonely.
and you know, enjoy themselves
Just a
outside.
light beer, bro.
Just
Light beer and a bottle of water.
$10 light beers and a lot of water. You know me.
$6 bottle of water. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm DJing once a week in LA at the moment. I have been for a month or so.
Where? Do you have a residency?
Actually,
or is it
don't
just
say
all over?
I
where.
have a residency.
Ooh.
I'm choosing to not say where so that people don't just like flood me and shit.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Gotta do it honest.
Yeah, it's nicer when nobody knows who you are, you know?
Do you get a flat rate for that, or is it like part of the door, or is it part of the
It's
bar?
a flat rate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then there's not a lot of incentive for you to try to flex the internet clout to pack the room.
No, and I just see, especially when it's a residency and I'm playing there recurringly, the idea of people always having access to me all the time. I was just like, I think that I would not enjoy it. I'd have more security concerns, etc. So I just didn't want to share it publicly where I'm
Absolutely.
playing.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I like to get music. I like pay attention to top 40s and because it's that kind of place, but also Beatport. But I don't really have a read on what's popular right now, if I'm honest. All I know is Ariana Grande.
Well,
Yeah.
how do you even get that read anymore? It's top 40 radio used to be the metric, right?
I mean, there's like for
Never
me.
for EDM.
Yeah, for electro.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of time that I spend in like digging for new music, and that's just something I like to do. The problem is that what I consider to be like a new wave of music, whether it's like a genre specific thing or like a sound, is so far removed from what's like commercially successful usually.
Plus,
that-
it can be different from different EDM groups. Like
Yeah.
the music genre that I try to stay the most on top of, because it's my favorite thing to mix, is trap. And I can be like, well, this is the most popular kind of trap right now, but that's not necessarily the most popular in like a broader scale of EDM. So
Right.
it's very hard to follow.
There's a lot of, but that's kind of nice because now you have all these facets where like if you really want to go and find whatever you want to listen to, like there's multiple tools and avenues to do that.
Yeah.
But you still have the traditional like radio. If you want to listen to whatever the top 40 is, like they will give it to you just like they did it 20 years ago. That part has remained largely unchanged.
Are there still a lot of bands? Like, you know, like when
Bands that have
I was in high
instruments?
school, we just had so much post-hardcore and hardcore and
Right.
metal that I feel
that
like
scene is still super live.
it is.
Yeah.
Like new bands still coming out.
New bands old bands are still like I just went
I
and
know
saw
all
Gorilla
bands are still-
Biscuits.
like I said, I'm seeing
last
Taking Back
weekend.
Sunday
Gorilla
this
Biscuits.
Friday, and I'm very excited. But like I don't know how it is in a broad sense.
Yeah, like
with
Warped Tour.
post-hardcore
Didn't we
scene.
used to hear about Warped Tour like a lot?
They are doing it twice this year, and I tried to get tickets, but I couldn't convince anyone to come with me because they were so expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So and that's the other thing. It's like it's expensive to have a band of 4 people plus moving all the
sure.
equipment stuff versus like DJ. It's like you got my CDJs up there, we're good,
good
to,
to
go.
go.
I got my USB
Yeah.
and my backup. Like you're only traveling with that.
It
So
is way easier.
yeah.
Who needs instruments anymore? We've evolved.
Thank God. No.
Much like our orthodontistry has evolved with Candid Company.
Mm.
Candid Company is it's a service where they will send you a modeling kit. Remember we brought that up before, but it's modeling kit for your mouth. They'll take molds of your teeth from home. They have white glove customer service in addition to email and phone support. They'll set up a video call to answer any questions you have about the process. Basically, you take a mold of your mouth, send it, and then they send you trays to adjust your teeth. So if you are maybe concerned about your teeth moving around, fixing gaps, rotations, all that kind of stuff, this is a service that will provide you a series of trays that will move your teeth around. They use experienced orthodontists, never general dentists. Get them out of here. We don't need them. They make custom clear aligners that are sent directly to your home. The first step is, of course, the starter kit, which includes the modeling kit. That usually retails for $95. However, we have a special offer for you. Get there in just a second. Once you use your modeling kit, you send it back. They create a 3D model of your teeth with a preview of how your teeth will move around. Once you see your 3D preview, it's completely up to you if you want to start the program or not. They say their average time of treatment is 6 months and will, quote, literally save you thousands compared to the other guys. Woo. So we don't need those other guys. We're trying to take your money. Back to that modeling kit, though. Candid has a risk-free starter guarantee. When you use the link in the description, which is candidco.com/dude, you save 50% off that modeling kit. So if we're starting at 95, that's 40...
15% of 95?
42.50. 50%.
50. That is 40. That is math.
No, that's 85. No, it's 42.
No, 42.50 is 85. So it'd be 47.5. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't
right.
count past 10.
Good job.
Thank you.
So yeah, get that 50% off that modeling kit. That's at candidco.com/dude if you have any concerns about your teeth today. Thank you, Candid Co, for the sponsorship. candidco.com/dude. All right, finally, it's time for Omar. Omar he slipped on that button a little bit, but
Unbelievable.
I'll forgive him. Yeah, it's kind of unforgivable. I see him leaning forward. Oh, he's trolling me now.
There we go.
It's been a long time, but let's bring it back. It's time to net hard.
Hard Nettin.
Hell yeah. Man, we were in there with AOL. Yeah, it's supposed to be like green matrixy, right? Yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah.
Sick. All right, so it's been a
while
long
since
time.
I got to change the lights.
I'm not gonna bring back the last champion. We all know it's the not too shabby guy. He will live forever in our hearts.
You know what? Someone else started the Pokemon masturbation thing.
Yeah?
I'm subscribed to that subreddit. Someone else took it over.
Good for them.
It's a guy who's trying to masturbate to every single Pokemon to see
like-
if he could get through them all.
All like 800 and some. That's a lot.
It was like
That's a
Geodude was difficult because it was just a rock
Yeah.
with arms.
He got to like what? He got in the 200s, like the high 200s. And he was like, I have to stop.
He
This
stopped
is-
because he got sick.
Yeah, because he was doing like 2 or 3 a day, and he would take like an off day, but
Yeah.
That's a hardworking guy, hardjacking guy.
and every week he'd post an update as like it was a hard week this week. It was just
Or like Butterfree was easy.
Was it straight? Was it like straight up like just the original photos, or could he rule 34?
No,
he said that he would use Rule 34 if it was so far away from any kind of human figure that it just wasn't working.
Yeah, I can feel like that's like, how do you jack off to Registeel or something? It's like a crystal.
women can
out.
get off to nothing.
So can dudes.
I mean, we.
But when you're on your 4th a day, then you might
Like
need a
I
little.
heard a lot of dudes
little
who are like,
hand up.
I need porn or I can't. It's not possible.
Well, that's because they're burned out. They have no
Yeah,
imagination.
probably.
That's
also-
because it's been 10 years of hard jacking.
Whatever, man. I jacked off to my own dick. It's not that hard.
You did too. Good times.
All right.
Classic.
First up is ilovelivia.tumblr.com.
What's
Okay.
the banner?
Thank God it hasn't been taken out. Well, that's Livia up there.
In a wheelchair, but why are there AKs and some?
Yeah, that's weird.
There is an AK.
There's Adolf Hitler, I think.
So let me read this byline here.
Maybe,
Livia
yeah.
is my imaginary girlfriend. She's 17 years old. I'm 18.
okay.
And has a crippling condition that makes her extremely fragile, and I dedicate my life to taking care of her. I love Livia. Livia is all I have.
How do I get off?
Okay.
How do I get off the ride and not get
The
off?
wheelchair? You can't. So we got some updates here.
God damn it.
It's been a while since I posted for the last time. I just want to say that things have changed a lot, and Livia is somewhat different and more mature person now. That's the last update we have, but we scroll back. We have some photos here of what Livia might look like. Yoko Sugiyama, the wife of Yukio Mishima, are the women who physically remind me of Livia the most. I would say she's a mix of these two just to kind of dial it in there.
So Livia's not real.
No,
Okay.
Livia is not
Okay.
real at
I feel
all,
like
but
that's
she has a
an important
wheelchair.
point to make.
But Livia's not doing so hot. This last week, Livia started complaining about feeling her skin burning when she took off her clothes. Or when she took her clothes off, we found her body was covered by skin rashes. Oh no, that's not good for Livia. Forgot to say it, but on my
passed
19th
out.
birthday, yeah, Livia's having some rough time. She's delicate. Livia cooked for me while I was outside. She never tried cooking before and didn't even had Mandy's. So I'm really surprised and proud of her.
Is that
seasoning
that
salt?
Australian slang? Mandy's? It sounds like something you guys
Yeah,
would
you
say.
gotta have a Mandy, mate.
It sounds like
Yeah,
probably like a mitten. You know, like a,
Maybe.
that's what I'm spitballing
I can make that
here.
happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. So there's a salad store called Mandy's, but whatever.
No idea.
And if we keep scrolling, we have our bingo chart of favorite girl things that make me horny bingo.
Wow.
Every single square is
just
Be
Be
Livia,
Livia.
and they're all crossed.
So he's
multiple
just
times.
Very horny about
Livia.
his fictional
A
girlfriend.
17-year-old girl in a
Well,
wheelchair.
well,
Now
I'm
she's
assuming
18
it's a
because he
man.
turned 19.
She's much more mature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's changed a lot.
Oh, she misses
When did
her
she
wheelchair.
get out of her wheelchair?
Well, anyway,
Why did
I-
she stop using the? Oh,
What
she got
the
stronger somehow, I guess.
I want Livia so much.
This is not.
She's
This
all
is
yours, dude.
What happened yesterday? Why was she mad?
Today, Livia woke me by poking the wounds in my back. I guess she's still angry for yesterday. Hope she gets
Yeah,
better
what was
soon.
she
Why
mad
does he?
about?
Why does he have wounds?
I guess Livia, they had a bit of a blow up. She came after him with a knife or something.
Found Livia crying out loud on the couch when I came home today. I asked her what happened, and she answered by slapping me in the face several times and yelling a bunch of incomprehensible words. After a while, what is it?
It's down here. How about this?
I hesitated.
She gave me the belt and
Picked up
told
my
me to start
belt.
self-flagellating for as
Oh,
long as
he
she
hit
wanted.
his own back.
I hesitated at first, but I couldn't say no to such an angelical face, so I picked up my belt and started punishing my own back. During the self-flagellation session, she made me swear to love her and beg her for her forgiveness several times, and only allowed me to stop after it was already bleeding.
Wow.
I thought it was all, but then she also made me get down on my knees, kiss her foot, and swear loyalty once more, and promise I would please and serve her as the queen she is, which I agree 100%. Just then, she finally gave me a hug, forgave my inappropriate behavior, and started crying again. My back hurts a lot, but it was worth it since everything is back to normal now, and the anger of Queen Livia has been appeased.
Listen, mate, that's a fucked up thing to romanticize. Like, this is fictional, and he's like, I got off to the idea.
Is it
of a
really
woman
that
making me
messed
beat
up?
myself.
Out of all the
Yeah.
things that, I feel like it's 2019. Who am I to tell anyone?
Well-
At least it's not a real person, right? Like, imagine somebody actually
yeah,
being on the
fantasy
receiving end
is
of
fake.
this.
That is true.
Well,
How did you find this?
on the other note, here we have Gurr80 on Instagram. This is Lauren and Grady living in sweet Chicago.
Please tell me this is
Oh, it's
satirical.
another fake
And this
girlfriend.
is a gentleman with a doll that is a real,
It's a real dog.
beautiful girl.
Those are
Oh,
expensive.
he got her name tattooed on his arm.
I hate-
Sick.
I love the internet. Actually, I'm sorry.
Tattoo. Yeah, you love it. Oh my god. I want. Wait.
I don't know
is
if
that
you
not-
can on.
No, you no.
Damn it. Whoop.
You liked it.
Woo.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
now he knows.
There we go.
These little arrows on the side there.
That was
Oh,
close.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
right
there it
there.
is. Sorry, it kind of blended in there.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
he's got video of him getting the tattoo of his sex doll. I mean, love doll.
Why is she in a wheelchair?
Because she can't walk, dude. She's not real. She's a.
What
Oh,
the
she was there and he held her hand.
Fuck.
Oh, that's so romantic.
I did look up sex dolls the other day out of curiosity.
Those
and
are
some of them are
expensive.
pretty good.
She's wearing a Powerline shirt from Goofy movie. Surrounded
she's-
by Lego City.
Okay.
She's got better fashion sense
Can
than me.
we like see his captions? Like, what is he writing about?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Lauren?
Let's scroll up here. Why does it always stop at the bottom? We want to thank everyone who donated in Lauren's toy drive. This year was a huge success. We received 114
he's doing
individual
things
Lego
for charity.
sets
Let's
from
go.
various contributors, nearly $2,000 in retail value.
That's what I'm talking about.
As we said, we will be donating the sets to Toys for Tots. However, if you or someone you know is in the Chicago area and needs a little extra love this Christmas, we would love to personally donate a set to them. Once again, thank you for making Lauren's toy drive possible. Happy holidays.
Okay, well now he's doing what?
now you guys are dicks
Now I can't
for
judge him.
shaming this.
He's got some fashion sense too. Look at that PlayStation.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
That's what I said. She dresses better than me, and she's not even
Same.
real.
Damn.
What is going
Oh,
on?
look at this shit.
You're on the CTA.
Bitch got tits.
You know what this reminds me? Like
Right.
heel. You heard of like heel sluts?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
No,
like
what
the
is that?
Overwatch thing.
Well, yeah, it's like a general thing that Overwatch. It's just women or guys who get off on being like treated as like a heel slut. Like you play a duo.
It's a dominant submissive thing.
Fucking heel. Yeah, it's
Kill
basically
me, you
Okay.
bitch. Yeah.
21st,
Take care of me.
21st century.
Got it.
Like dom sub.
I thought
shit.
you meant heel as in like two E's.
Oh,
and
no,
I was
no.
like,
H-E-E-L. I mean,
That, I
there's
promise that is also a thing.
yeah, you're right.
definitely that for sure too.
Why is there a
Oh,
Lamborghini?
I want some more captions.
Why is there a Lamborghini?
Nice day
nice
for a
day for a
picnic. Just getting fed some grapes there. Oh, that's nice. Who's taking the photos?
Probably his real girlfriend.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And do you think the parents?
Whoa, that's a good angle.
I don't buy that this is genuine.
Me either.
It does seem a little too on the nose, right?
Like, why is he in front of Jordan's house with a Lambo?
Place this
And
year.
like he's got all those hashtags because he wants people to find him. You know.
Yeah, there's a little too much. A little too much.
He's trying too hard.
elegance. Usually, people that are weird aren't also really good at executing on social media.
Yeah.
So
This man has Bang Body Fuel sponsoring his
Wait, really?
non-existent.
I don't know if this is it. There's no
Have
hashtag
you
ad.
heard that thing about like Instagram influencers having fake sponsors so that they look
Yeah.
like they're legit?
Oh God,
I think-
Yeah, he's probably fake.
influencers.
I think that's what's happening here.
I love it. I hate it.
I love and hate it. Oh, look at that dope shirt though.
Is a dope shirt.
Humans are not real. Nice pics, man.
Hey, that's a really good like
Hashtag power couple. Nah, this is fake. I'm sorry,
Starting
man.
to think spring was never coming. Man.
He probably does fuck her though.
Oh, 100%. Or at
Wouldn't
the
you?
very least, he's fucked once.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
roses on the floor.
Eucalyptus
couple that baths together, stays
Okay,
together.
that's just first like major mistake.
Isn't it's bathes, right? Bob.
I'm pretty sure there's an E in there.
Wait, how'd she get in there already?
Well, he put her there, mate. That's how it works.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just saying this isn't very romantic.
All
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, his girlfriend filmed it.
So that is a tolerant woman, or maybe just his bro. I don't know. Wait,
Yeah,
her
I'm
hair's
not gay. I'm
different.
just filming some shit for my bro.
Did she put on a wig or what's going
Bro
on?
job.
Oh yeah,
bro
she changed her
job.
hair.
I think he's got a few. He may have a few ladies. No, just that one. She's just blonde there.
Yeah,
All right. Well, she's wearing some clothes there. That's something. That's nice.
nice bra. I think that's a Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, it looks like it started out as like a Toys for Tots
Hold up,
thing.
hold up. Can we go back to that? There was a question saying, "Did she suck your cock tonight?" And I want to see what the response is.
Oh, yeah.
-- tonight.
Unfail.
All right, internet.
That didn't answer any questions.
Fuck's sake.
Do they have
What's
air
the
pumps?
first post?
Oh, this one.
What's he say?
Oh, nothing.
Sexy. Oh, that makes me so upset.
Beautiful. I want to be the doll. Yeah, you do.
And that's a dude. Like, not that that's a problem, but it's definitely a guy.
Day we met.
Wow, he's that Chavo Loco guy's hitting up all of the posts.
Yeah,
he's a big
Chavo Loco's
fan.
A big fan of.
Look at him.
Gurr.
So handsome.
So handsome.
Who
What are
is
you doing,
Chavo
buddy?
Loco?
Oh, private. Carlos.
Nah, he's got no posts.
It's
Damn it,
Carlos though.
Carlos
Get
is
it,
up.
Carlos?
Carlos is up in there.
Can you check his followers? Click his. Oh, it's private, so you can't.
Carlos is. Oh.
I was gonna say that would be great. It's just all real dolls.
All right, so
That's all he's following.
it's time to throw it to a vote. Which we only have 2 people here. So this is Omar. You're gonna have to be perhaps the tiebreaker here.
All right.
Who's netting harder? The person who's in love with Livia and would sacrifice everything and beat himself with a belt because she said to,
Hypothetically.
or the gentleman who was using what's her name? Fuck. Lauren. So wait, hold on. If it's a joke, he got her name tattooed on his arm. Unless
Yeah.
that's also a joke.
I mean,
That's either not
like it's
real.
it's probably real. He has a video of him getting tattooed, right?
I've seen people fake that before.
Let me see.
How long ago was this post? 2 days ago. Oh, this is recent.
Well, that comment was 2 days ago. Let's see. The
But,
post,
like, it's
post was
hidden.
6 weeks ago.
Like it's hidden by his hand.
You're right. It is hidden by his hand, and we don't see him wipe ever. Look, I'm not a tattoo expert, but that didn't do enough to.
It also isn't red.
Oh yeah, right after it's not swollen at all.
Like it's shiny, but it's usually red around.
especially.
Nah, that should have blood on it.
That's pretty shiny.
No,
like
shiny is
'cause
fine.
He faked the shine, but there's no red, there's no blood.
It's not
when you
swollen
get
at
it
all.
done. That shit's
Yeah.
nah.
And it's not
Nah.
wrapped either.
Nah.
Okay.
Hence, my vote goes for Livia because it's more authentic.
Omar, I'm going to ask you to interject here. Who do you think's netting harder?
I mean, definitely Livia.
All right.
This dude is just spending his money to make himself famous.
But he got all his Legos for the kids.
I don't
That
care.
is
That's
true.
fake charity drive. This guy he's using charity as a way to bolster himself.
Wow.
He probably tells people.
Virtue signaling.
Yeah, he probably tells people how much he donates anonymously.
Oh yeah, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Fills out the name box.
God, I hate it.
He's going to the Walmart Chicago.
He's just memeing in not a great way.
Yeah,
Versus
like the whole joke is look sex doll.
yeah. Versus Livia, this is that's disturbing.
Yeah.
This I can get behind somehow. This I can't.
That I
get
can
behind.
masturbate to.
How much?
other
How
one's
much he
too
loves
fake.
Livia? Who is
If
slightly
he were
abusive?
taking photos with her in situations that would be extremely awkward, then I would be more into it.
Oh. Man, that dude didn't give a shit. He's like,
Well,
hey,
no, because it's obviously a teenager trying to be funny.
Yeah, it's like
where are
shock
the
value.
sex doll accessories? And guys like over there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
It's just someone trying to be funny.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's too obvious that that's what it is.
Well,
My nose has been. I picked it up.
a man's pure love for his. Wait, ask me anything.
No, don't. Go to archive. See what he's. Go to archive and scroll.
Yeah, see,
I want to see what's at the depths.
Wait, would you also have voted for Livia?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Unanimous Livia.
Oh yeah, I apologize. Should have.
It doesn't matter. I already.
All other dudes want girls who will cook for them, but all I want is cooking
Oh,
for
of
Livia and
course.
feeding her after uwu.
He would be a furry.
Little uwu.
I knew it. Little ooh.
good old uwus.
More you might like. Nothing. Just nothing. Thank you.
It's been a while since
We're
I
done here.
posted.
Great.
All right, good job. Good job,
Well,
Olivia,
do
man.
we know his name?
I guess not. No.
I don't want to know.
Maybe
his
I could
name.
ask him anything and ask him that. Maybe he
Anyone
says his
posted
name
a photo?
somewhere.
Oh, he just
got a little
wants
graphic here.
Livia love.
Aww.
Aww.
Look how cute Olivia is.
Find
That
a
was
guy
her
who
on a
likes
good
you
day.
how this guy likes Livia.
She wasn't. Find a guy who
I
will.
want to know who the
Oh,
only
also-
person is making one note.
One note. Let's click on that. Oh, he liked it.
Oh.
That's nice.
There was a comment about Mandy in the post about him beating himself.
Yeah.
Mandy is another girl.
Mandy's. Wow. Imagine the right foot. There he is.
Oh shit!
One of the most supreme sensations. He's kissing Livia's right foot, which is
That's
to say
him.
it's a photo of him kissing air because she's imaginary but still very real.
He's very protective. Like he's,
Yeah, but he knows that she's imaginary. At least he's not pretending.
Yeah, he admits it out there, and it makes him happy.
Yeah.
That's
who are
that is
we?
like well,
Yeah.
that's like a moral conundrum. Oh boy, I want Livia, I love Livia,
As I
I need
mentioned-
Livia, I worship Livia.
Wait,
Whoa,
why
that's a
does he
lot.
have, like a
Fix
bunch of.
about sadistic girls.
Yeah, he seems to be into girls that want to hurt him.
Ooh, 1938, the Japanese.
Whoa!
Okay.
God.
Oh, and then he writes Japs.
I mean, that was what they said back then. 38
He's not-
though.
Wow, and there's some
Wuhan?
gender bending going on in here.
A cute and young Chinese girl disguised as a male soldier. You tell you, and this is second person. Your astonishment express remains gratitude for saving you. She doesn't say anything. Instead, she gets the Mauser rifle and hits your head, making you fall unconscious. Wow, he
This guy went
fantasizes
for it.
about being a prisoner of war.
She's a Nazi.
Oops.
That's a plot twist.
Whoops.
She's a Nazi willing to torture you to death.
And struggling against Zionism.
It's fan fiction. That's not Julia. Livia. That's not her.
Livia. She's different.
Wow.
She's different than that.
No, Olivia would never do that.
I mean,
she's
he's-
not a Nazi.
He's into it. Oh,
Mandy
man.
is a virgin.
can't
Okay,
stop
Is Mandy
diving
also
in.
fake?
Her voice?
She doesn't speak English, but I taught her how to spell.
Hi, my name is Livia.
Angelic.
That is the most terrifying
So
thing I've
bad.
ever
Yeah, that is a
heard.
nightmare waiting to happen right there.
Does he play that on repeat while he masturbates to Livia?
Can we read about Mandy?
Uh,
It says Mandy is a virgin, but not a kissless
Right here.
one.
Oh, you
wait, hold
fucked
on,
it
hold
up.
on. I saw something about Mandy breastfeeding Livia.
What?
Yeah.
What
really
thickens?
upset about that.
Livia's feet are entitled to love, care, and
So he's got a foot fetish. He's
wanna know
kind of.
about-
Livia started
Mandy.
puking a few minutes after I called Mandy. Yeah,
Can we read that?
This got spicy. What, the puking?
Yeah, I wanna hear about the Mandy.
I want to find the
jealousy.
breastfeeding.
It's up
Where was
here,
it?
then.
Okay, here we go.
You're right. It did. say-
Early this afternoon, Mandy came here and breastfed Livia. She promised. It was an amazing experience for my small princess who finally got to feel this maternal touch.
Okay.
The nursing session lasted about 30 minutes, and Livia said she was feeling sleepy, so I took her to the bedroom where she would nap. Spent the rest of the day talking and drinking coffee with Mandy until she told me she was feeling dizzy and about to pass out, but also explained it was probably a side effect of the herbal supplements she took to induce the lactation process, so I should not worry. Picked her up in my arms, took her to my bedroom, and laid her in my bed so that she could rest. I started taking her shoes off to make her feel more comfortable, but at that moment, Livia, who had just woken up, entered the room, saw that, exploded in tears, lost balance, and fell on the floor. She assumed that I was rubbing Mandy's feet, which means I would be cheating on her since foot rubs are the biggest physical expression of my love, Livia, and doing it to someone else is unacceptable. It took us a lot of time until me and Mandy finally managed to calm Livia down and explain to her what was happening, not before she slapped both of us out of anger and jealousy. However, in the end, she understood it and politely apologized. To make sure it was all finished, me, Livia, and Mandy had a tight, warm, reconciliatory hug before Mandy left for her home. Unfortunately, Livia is still a bit traumatized and got her left knee slightly injured due to the fall, so she'll probably be sleeping by my side and not walking for a couple of days.
This woman this fictional woman just got done breastfeeding on this woman.
17-year-old woman.
I'm so
Yeah.
I'm so
My favorite company
proud.
is Bo Livia.
Oh my god. I'm so proud of this man. I'm Olivia supremacist. Oh no.
Livia doesn't shave her armpits. Livia suffers from poor motor
I'm not
coordination.
really a bigot. Oh no, if you have to write that, something bad happened.
Yeah, I'm not really a bigot. I don't care if you're okay. All right. Well,
There's a whole. I like it when Olivia's stinky.
wait, we got data. We got data about Princess Livia.
Give me the facts.
IQ around 80? Hold on. Wait.
Oh,
isn't
she
that-
dumb.
isn't
That's
that,
very
like,
low.
Very low.
Oh, she dumb.
But she's mean.
She gave him
Okay.
strength and stamina stats.
0.5 out of 10. Stamina 1 out of 10. Speed NA. She's 2 weak, so 0 out of 10. Daily sleep 12 to 13. Femininity
yeah.
10 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Olivia's a cat.
Yeah.
Biological sex female. Gender
Mostly
female.
illiterate.
Straight. Mostly illiterate.
Kissless
Virginity status.
virgin.
Kissless virgin.
That's a term I haven't heard before. Kissless virgin, I guess, means when, if you haven't kissed someone, you're a kissless virgin.
Yeah, I hear you, Omar. All right. Well, we fell down that hole completely, much like he wants to someday.
Oh, did we go?
That would
we went
destroy
too
her.
long.
Yeah,
That woman
she-
is made out of paper.
I was gonna say she's
I'm
got
sorry.
glass bones.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us on this terrible ride.
What a fun journey.
You guys can't pretend to be grossed out by this if you like Game of Thrones. There, tied it all together. Okay? Gotcha. Fucking gotcha. Checkmate, atheists. So thank you for listening to this episode of Dude Soup. Thanks again to our sponsors. Let me scroll up and shout them out one more time. Robinhood, Mint Mobile, and Candid Company. You can find all of our referral links in the description. Really helps us out if you like, subscribe, sign up for all of our sponsors, spend money, consume. We are in a they live situation. So thank you for watching. We'll catch you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Is it just me, or is hair popping up in a bunch of funny internet pictures more than usual?
How?
Well, let me explain, John.
How, sir?
Just a bunch. Like I saw a photo of like a hair sandwich the other day, which was like a baguette with just a bunch of hair in the middle. That's it.
I almost started gagging right there. I normally
like
don't
that.
do
I
that.
don't like
but